On behalf of the Jubilee members of Parliament and its friends, I have the privilege to read to you a joint statement by all the members of the Jubilee coalition and friends. This is the statement. I think you can be able to see for yourselves and make the correct judgment. The House has just adjourned for lack of quorum and because of the importance that the Jubilee members of Parliament attach to this matter. And friends, this is the statement. In 2007, Kenya went into an election pitting President Mwai Kibaki against ODM Raila Odinga. Honorable William Ruto, then as Eldoret North Member of Parliament, played a key role in supporting Raila to ensure he wins the polls. After the elections, Raila, in his usual habit, refused to concede defeat and decision that plunged the country into mayhem that led to the loss of life, destruction of property, and the crumbling of the economy. By refusing to concede defeat, Raila held President Kibaki and Kibaki's government hostage, forcing the international community to intervene. And Raila, through intimidation and coercion, forced a handshake with President Kibaki. Once he achieved power, he quickly hatched a plan against perceived political leaders whom he felt would be a stumbling block in his plan to succeed President Kibaki. Through that plan, he fixed Honorable William Ruto, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta at the ICC and sought to have them banned by the local courts in an effort to stop them from running for the presidency in the 2013 elections. What was then an evil scheme brought Uhuru Ruto together as they teamed up not to win the presidency, but to unite the country. The people of Kenya saw, through Raila's evil schemes, and not only joined Uhuru Ruto in their unity efforts, but also voted them into the presidency. What followed was accusations and counter-accusations urged by ODM, including accusing President Uhuru Kenyatta of not only stealing money, but also facilitating theft through his family members. DP Ruto, as Uhuru's principal assistant, stood firm behind the president and not only ensured they were re-elected in 2017, but also kept the country united. The gospel from ODM and his sidekicks then was to separate Uhuru Ruto by running propaganda that President Kenyatta would betray his deputy after the 2017 elections. Raila, out of desperation, attempted to do what he did in 2007 by not only refusing to concede defeat, but inciting his supporters to violence, advocating for secession of certain parts of the country, and in a blatant act of treason, swearing himself in as parallel president. In an act of great statesmanship, and in an effort to hold the country together, President Uhuru Kenyatta extended a hand of friendship to Raila. Sadly, Raila Odinga, in his classical style and manner, has converted the handshake into a tool of political deceit and conmanship. The statement...
Yes. Shame on Raila.
The statement issued earlier by ODM and his surrogates is a vintage Raila Odinga, a master of violence, division, and deceit. We would therefore want to respond to him as follows. Raila Odinga's objective in the BBI process has nothing to do with uniting the country of Kenya. It has everything to do with his insatiable appetite for power that has been evident since the 1982 coup. Yes. Raila is replaying the same script that he used on President Moi, President Kibaki, and now President Uhuru Kenyatta. He did, the leopard does not change its spots, and even with whitewash, beneath it all, you will still find its true spots. BBI process has been fraudulently hijacked by Raila, who has been doing rounds in the country using it to insult the deputy president. By hiding behind the president, Odinga has usurped the clarity, authority, and the credibility of the president's vision and recalibrated it to achieve his personal ambitions. In becoming the most visible actor in BBI, Odinga has escalated his personal wants into the national agenda, hijacked national institutions to serve opposition, and Odinga's purposes, and threatened the legitimacy of the BBI altogether. I would ask my good friend Malulu intend to continue printing a statement.
BBI is not an ODM platform to wage partisan war using state budget. It is now a bureau to facilitate Odinga's vendetta against the deputy president and make it seem to be an explicit government agenda. The BBI is now used to rubber stamp divisive, hateful, dangerous political actions on the pretext of conducting lawful state programs. We have seen Raila through his party members at Serena pontificate about how we should respect the president. Really? Did they just say we should be loyal and respect the president? The president has not complained about his deputy. Neither has sent anyone to do on his behalf. ODM cannot lecture us on loyalty and respect for Uhuru Kenyatta.
Shame on them.
If loyalty is being used to measure loyalty to Uhuru Kenyatta, then the measuring tool itself is the deputy president. No one has sacrificed more for President Uhuru than DP Ruto. From the time Uhuru was MP up to now, Ruto has not only been his loyal friend, but also a committed supporter. Anyone questioning DP Ruto's loyalty to the President Kenyatta is not only dishonest, but also evil. Odinga forgets that he has called the president a criminal, a thief, night runner, kifaranga cha computer, land grabber, and other epithets, and never recanted any of them before or after the handshake. ODM's strategy was always about nusu mkate government. We are now aware that there is another meeting tomorrow to bring impeachment motion against the deputy president and get him out of office so that Raila can get a position in government.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
There are plans to reconstitute government so that ODM can occupy half of the cabinet. In the interim, Raila is campaigning to be made chief minister in President Uhuru's government. Raila's plan all along is to use DCI to plan frivolous accusations from Arol and Kimwere Dam to the Chesa scandal so that they can judge the deputy president with anything in order to bar him from running for president in 2022. This is just history repeating itself. Thank you.
Wario Swahili. Wario. Ya Kiswahili ya Wario. Sa Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali.
Asante. Asante. Kwanza kabisa wa Kenya ama taifa ya Kenya ni taifa ya waumini, Waislamu, Wakristo, Wahindu, ni watu wanayomcha Mwenyezi Mungu. Kamwe Kenya haitokuwa taifa rege. Napenda kuwakumbusha tulikwenda uchaguzini miaka 2007. Uchaguzi ikafanyika kwa njia haki na huru. Kwa sababu mazoea yana tabu, wasopenda kukubali ushindi wamekataa. Kwa hiyo basi wakachochea taifa Kenya, Wakenya wakachukua mapanga na kuuana mchana kweupe. Baada ya kuuana wakakuja mabepari kwa jina ya suluhu na maslaha, wakaamua kuleta nusu mkate. Babu alipofika kwa cheo ameona nyuma yake kuna watu watamtatiza, kwa hivyo akaamua alete ICC. Kila anayehofu naye ni wa kwanza kushitakiwa. Baada ya yale kutofaulu, majuzi tumekwenda kwa uchaguzi. Sisi tumechagua rais, sisi tukachagua makamu wa rais, na yeye amekataa uchaguzi. Leo hii yeye na wanachama yake na chama chake cha kisiasa wana haki gani kutufunza sisi tulomchagua Uhuru na Ruto kuheshimu wao?
Aibu.
Ningependa kusema hivi.
Shensi hawa.
Ningependa kusema hivi. Mazoea yana shida. Wewe umeshindwa na Moi ukakataa kukubali. Umeshindwa na Kibaki ukakataa kukubali. Umeshindwa na Uhuru umekataa kukubali.
Tutashindwa na Ruto.
Tunakualika kwa kinyang'anyiro na ya Ruto, tutakupiga 10-0.
Haya, Mohamed Ali.
Naomba niseme hivi ya kwamba Kenya inaelekea pabaya, na mambo ambayo tunashuhudia sasa ni muungano wa matapeli wanaotafuta nafasi katika serikali ya Kenya kupitia mlango wa nyuma na wakitumia jina ya muungano wa kuleta Kenya pamoja. Sisi tunataka kusema hivi. Moja, kuna baadhi ya wabunge wanaosema wanataka kumimpeach deputy president. Sisi tunasema kujeni kama sahihi. Usipoteze wakati, kwa sababu hatuwezi kuwa na muungano wa magavana wabakaji wa demokrasia, hatuwezi kuwa na muungano wa wauaji kule Migori, hatuwezi kuwa na muungano wa watu wanaopiga risasi katika klabu na kuua watu, kisha nyinyi mnajiona weupe na kuita wengine wezi. Kama William Ruto ni mwizi, Kenya ina asasi za usalama. Watumie hizo asasi na wamfungulie mashtaka. Lakini mambo ya kupayuka, wewe mwizi mkubwa unawaita wengine wezi, iishe. Yes. BBI imefeli. Aliyesema atasimamisha rege alisahau kutoa betri ya mwisho, kwa sababu BBI imefeli. BBI haizungumzii wakulima, BBI haizungumzii chakula kwa mtu wa kawaida, BBI haizungumzii miundo misingi, BBI haizungumzii haizungumzii afya bora, haizungumzii kazi kwa vijana ambao ni 70%. BBI haiunganishi watu, inaunganisha matajiri wanaotaka kupigania nafasi zao katika siku za usoni, na njia ya kipekee ni kuondoa wale wanaonekana kuwa kikwazo. Kwa hivyo sisi tunasema kujeni katika bunge, mulete hiyo impeach, na mimi hata napendekeza zaidi, bunge ivunjwe, turudi sote mashinani. Tuombe. Yes!
Okay. We hear that they want to bring an impeachment motion to impeach the deputy president. I want to tell them, or we want to tell them, bring it on, baby, bring it on. We are waiting. Let them bring the impeachment motion. And this issue of the DCI weaponizing corruption should stop. How comes up to date with the big headlines for the last 2 years, we've not seen anyone who's been prosecuted? How comes when they're talking about Kimorer, a road dam, and there was about 7 billion, there's 21 billion, there's someone who took 4 billion. How comes that there is no one who has been charged in court? So let's not politicize this war of corruption, and we stop profiling. We actually profiling people and trying to make some people from a certain region to look like they are corrupt and not the other. And that one should stop.
Okay. Let me say on behalf of all these MPs, and for avoidance of doubt, if Raila Odinga and ODM have two options, and one of them is William Ruto resigning, take it from me that William Ruto is not resigning, because he is not anybody's appointee. Yes. He was elected on the ballot. Yes. Number two, it is a prerogative of the president to reshuffle cabinet. He can do it anytime. We don't have that power. He has a power. If you want to bring Raila Odinga as chief minister, let him just go ahead instead of all these shenanigans. Yes. Finally, tuko tayari kwa uchaguzi. Yes. Tuko tayari serikali ivunjwe. Yes. Tuko tayari kwenda kwa debe. Yes. We enjoy 80% of the support of Kenyans. Yes. Wakimwaga ugali, tunamwaga kitoweo. Yes.
Yay!